Welcome to the Frustrated Grad Podcast. I'm your host, Zach Hughes, the black dude with a reality check. And I'm welcoming my co host, writer, movie fan, and man who is not the mad pooper, Tony Hoffman.
I only poop at home in my toilet.
You're never mad when you do it?
No, I'm always relaxed. My shit sessions are always a time of tranquility.
I feel like this is a very appropriate opening to the show. But
It
unlike
is.
unlike you, my secret, much like Bruce Banner, is that I'm always angry. Anyway, uh,
Right.
what's going on with you, Tony? How's
Nothing
your week
much.
been?
Just been pretty good. I've been enjoying the humid, hot summer that we've been hit with here in the Midwest. I saw Kingsman: The Secret Circle on
Cool.
Friday.
Golden
Have
Circle.
you? Yeah, the Golden Circle. Have you yet to see it yet?
No, but just the thinking of that name, like the Secret Circle. It sounds like uh, something that you're not supposed to tell about that happened to you as a child. Like it was the Secret Circle. I can't reveal what happened. But how was it?
It's all right. I like the first one better.
Okay. All right. Straight to the point. So
Uh,
that's our review of Kingsman and Golden Circle. Uh, I'm gonna say like, did it make sense why? What's the guy's name? The guy who was dead in the last one,
Colin Firth.
Colin. Yeah, Colin Firth. Does it make sense why he is alive again?
No,
Okay.
but like in the movies, like the whole like franchise, like they're not supposed to like make it's not supposed to be like reality based. So they kind
Okay.
of go along with the sort of zaniness and the violence
So
of
he just shows up and
profanity.
they're like, "I thought you were dead." He's like, "Well, I wasn't," and then they just move on.
Well, they explain like how he survived getting shot, through the eye, through the
Okay.
head, but you know.
Okay. All right. There you go.
Hey, I also I went to Milwaukee for the Cubs Brewers game
How
yesterday.
was that trip?
It was very hot. There are lots of overweight people in Wisconsin.
Well, yeah, that's what I've heard. I mean, I've been to Milwaukee within the past few years. I went to uh, had a very uneventful day trip to Milwaukee. I went and I
They always are.
yeah, I went to whatever big museum they have there, and then I went to a buffet at a casino. It was
Potawatomi?
it might have been. It was very underwhelming. It's like
Yeah.
blandest buffet I've ever been to.
What was on the menu? Was just cheese and bratwurst?
It was everything. It was like it was a casino buffet. It was a legit casino buffet where they had all different kinds of food.
But it was
But
just
like
the flavoring
yeah, it was just
and everything.
like I don't understand. Like every time I leave the Chicagoland area, the food gets
And
precipitously
we take
worse.
that for granted. We
Yes,
take that for granted. I hear that a
really.
lot of time from people who like
Yeah,
come from other places and they come to Chicago and they move away. It was like they say that they miss that the most.
yeah, it's so crazy. Like, cause my dad lives in Atlanta, and he comes and
They
he
have
always
decent food. Yeah, right?
uh not to me. Like, they have some weird, like, bad food habits. Like a lot of places, they'll like
Everything is
boil.
fried.
Well, not even that. In some cases, like I can't remember what the it's a place that sells sliders. It's not like White Castle, but they sell White Castle type burgers. But they also have,
Hmm.
I think they have wings too, and they boil their chicken wings before they like toss. So it's just like weird. I don't know where they got that from, but it's like a lot of like stuff that tastes like an imitation of something else. When
Lots of things with peaches.
I not quite. I mean, there was an overabundance of cobblers available,
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying.
yeah, but yeah, just in general, like I haven't had food as good as I've had in Chicago. I need to go somewhere like Louisiana where that won't be the case. But generally, whenever I travel outside of the area, I miss the food.
I have never traveled outside the Midwest before. That's very depressing. I will make a
I mean,
change of that soon.
I went to decent number of states, but it was all as a kid. I haven't really traveled that much as an adult. Like,
For leisure, yeah.
yeah, outside of the like my day trip to Wisconsin and another day trip I made to St. Louis right before the Ferguson situation, and like
Good times.
up yeah, but upon leaving there, because this was before Ferguson, I could tell immediately like they got
Oh,
police
this isn't like some. It
problems.
wasn't some overnight thing. No, no, no,
No,
no.
I went during the day. I just went early
Not as I'm
because
saying the whole racial climate there. It's not some
yeah,
overnight thing. It's been that
yeah,
way for a long time.
it was like because I was getting gas before I got back on the road to come back because I went to Sweetie Pies. Are you familiar with that restaurant?
No.
It's some lady who was I forgot who she was a background singer. I think she worked with different people. I think she sang with James Brown and some other people like old like Motown background singer lady, and her name is Sweetie Pie, and she has this restaurant in St. Louis, which was much like the buffet in Milwaukee, very underwhelming. Like
Oh man,
like
you should know better.
soulless soul food. Like there's a place called Soul to Go, which is like the name implies it's just a to go soul food place where they have pretty much everything ready. Like it's better than Sweetie Pies, which I traveled hundreds of miles for. So that was
Does
like,
uh, does Chuck Berry still have a restaurant there or a franchise?
oh, did he? I didn't know. It
He's
serve
from
like
St. Louis.
poop sandwiches. Um,
They're
I don't
peeing
know.
on women.
Yeah. Um, so I didn't see much when I went there aside from like I went straight to Sweetie Pies, and as we were getting our gas like around the corner from there, just see like 5, 10 police cars just parked at this gas station across the street, all with their lights on. Something was going on over there, and to see a bunch of like fat cops get out of their cars, and I was just thinking like, those are types of cops that shoot people because
Yes, they are.
they'll get angry. Like, I'm not gonna chase you, or if they did have to run like a block to catch up to a guy, they're like, I'm gonna shoot you for making me run.
They have no way to like disarm any criminals. They have no way to like
Yeah,
combat them other than a gun,
yeah. It's just like
other than sitting on us.
they need to maybe wrestler Kevin Owens needs to have some kind of seminar or where he shows fat guys how to maneuver around that belly because he's deceptively fast for his size, and that's a skill that's not very widely available out there, and the cops specifically should figure that
Did
out
you know?
or be
Did you know that
retrained.
the Did you know that the Ninjago movie, Lego movie, came out over the weekend?
I had heard about it, but I had no interest in it,
I didn't.
so
I don't know what is Ninjago. Is that some anime that I'm
I
one
think
of the
it's
millions of anime that I'm unaware of?
oh, I think it's just a Lego specific thing. They just something they just made up because I think there's an actual. I don't know if you call it a cartoon because it's like 3D animated Lego animated show called Ninjago, I think. And there's the line of Ninjago toys from Lego, which I think the toys probably came first. Probably like Transformers. The show was just a vehicle to sell the toys. So then they made a movie based on that, I think. But
Yeah, I think they're kind of
yeah,
oversaturating
the
the
Lego
market with
movie
these
market.
Lego movies. Yeah, I don't.
I
I hope
never,
that the Lego Movie Part Two ends up not getting hurt by by
yeah,
this.
like it's such a weird thing that Lego became like an entertainment franchise on
It
its
was a shock
own.
that the first movie was a success because when I went into it, I was just thinking, oh, this is just a fucking commercial for
Yeah,
Lego. I mean, the fact that there's a Lego movie is kind of
yeah,
stupid, and I
it was
saw it and
like a
it was
punchline.
great.
Yeah. So the fact that they made a good one, they just like
Yeah, you
Hollywood
got to
couldn't
keep
help
going.
themselves. They're like, hey, we can recycle everything, just put it in Lego form. Like now there's like dozens of Lego video games, Lego Harry Potter, Lego Batman game.
They've been pumping those out for like over a decade.
Yeah, Lego Marvel Heroes. It's just like, and it's so weird because I would be fine with that if that was like the equivalent of making like a Muppet Babies version of another game. Like, okay, little kids can have the Lego Avengers game, but there should be an adult version of that game as
Yes.
well.
Where's the adult Avengers game or
Yeah,
the
so it's
adult?
just irritating. It's like, okay, one of my favorite games ever, I think it was for Nintendo 64, or it might have been GameCube. But either way, one of my favorite games from back in the day was the old Hulk video game, and it was the one that was animated where it's like cell shaded, so it like had deep contrast colors, and you could just go around the city and like smash everything. Like you could just punch a wall, punch a hole in it, and just smash up stuff. But like the only available game that I can do that in is a Lego game where it's just like Lego pieces flying everywhere, and that's I feel like creepy playing a Lego game. It's like I should have an adult version of this for me, but they're not available out there, so that's irritating.
Well, the Ninjago Lego movie only made around 20 million, coming in second place behind Kingsman: The Golden Circle, which made about 40 million.
All right. Well,
And the Friend Request only made 1.8.
wow. So does that make them third, or how far down on the list are they?
I guess that is pretty far down.
Yeah, because
'Cause
that's a big
yeah,
drop
exactly.
from 20 to one. I'm actually interested in Firm Request. Like between Kingsman and Firm Request, when I was thinking about going to the movie this week, I was like, yeah, I want to go see that. I'm a I'm friends with a ghost on Facebook, which was what the name of the movie should be. But yeah, I almost forgot about Kingsman.
Where apparently the execution wasn't as good as the idea for the
Uh,
movie.
Sadly, still doesn't mean I won't see it. I might still check it out. But
Hey, Star
we'll see.
Trek Discovery comes on tonight on CBS before the rest of the show. You have to watch it on CBS All Access.
Yeah,
Will
it's
you be
like,
watching?
well, I will. I'm gonna like
I will
I'm
too.
very interested in Sasha Trek. That's what I think of it as, because it's Sasha from The Walking Dead. That's the main appeal of this show for me. Like seeing her face in those commercials, I'm like, yes, I will watch this show.
I
What is
like
it?
Michelle
It's about
Yeoh,
aliens. All right, cool. Hmm.
and it takes place before the original Star Trek timeline.
God damn it! Really?
It was like 70 something years or whatever.
You almost have squashed my uh, anticipation for that with just that one sentence. Like, why does it have to be a prequel to anything?
Uh,
They're trying to separate it from canon so they can all do this stupid shared universe BS, I'm sure.
are you upset that it's within the TV continuity, or did you want it to be like the J.J. Abrams whatever fucking
I just
sideways
wanted to, I
Earth
mean,
2?
the easiest thing would be just for it to be separate, just to stand alone on its own so they don't have to worry about Chris Pine showing up or whatever the hell. But like having it be like before. So you're saying it's before like the Captain Kirk era Star
Yeah,
Trek
yeah,
from
yeah.
the 60s. Okay, so they're going to have more advanced technology and it's just going to go away for some reason when Captain Kirk and his crew show up. That's the same uh, problem they had with the Star Wars prequels. Like, hey, that ship looks more advanced than the ones that apparently come after it. And then they had to retcon all those movies and add bad CGI to a movie from the 70s. So that's, I mean, all right. I guess I'm going to just try to ignore all of that stuff while I'm watching it because I don't have a huge knowledge of the Star Trek canon.
No, I just
So,
like the Next Generation and
yeah, but I
a
don't
little
want
bit
to
of the original stuff.
Yeah, but I don't want to see like baby Worf or baby Spock or anything like that. I don't want to see this be Gothamized, even though I like Gotham,
Yeah,
unlike
yeah, I was gonna
most
say, even
other
though you
people.
watch it anyway.
I like Gotham, but I think about the the fact that it's centering around what you call it. I was just calling Commissioner Gordon, but future Commissioner Gordon. I feel like it's his show, so like keeping the Muppet Babies Batman stuff out of my mind. I can enjoy it on that level.
Even though you've got Batman villains who shouldn't be around yet and shouldn't be that old.
It's just gonna
Uh,
be like that adds another dimension to it. Just thinking about the idea that because I never took that into account when like watching Batman the animated series because that's my deepest well of Batman knowledge. Like I never took into account that all of these villains are like 20 years older than Batman. But that's an interesting new dimension to it. Like he's
exactly.
just an elderly abuser.
And like these villains, like their whole costume, get up the whole gimmicks that they have, and so with like the Riddler and the Joker and the Penguin, they were a reaction to like Batman being like
Yeah,
the
it makes
costume, the
sense in
villain.
that for that reason. And Batman basically created his villains. It's just
Yeah.
like okay, just like to jump to the other universe is like
Well,
to
creating his villains, I think is too strong of a word. I think they were already like bad people doing bad things. It's just that you know the whole theatricality of like you know
yeah, like wanting to play it
yeah
up. It was like okay, I
yeah
have
exactly.
to like this is a new paradigm. I have to fit in with the times now. Everybody's wearing costumes now. But like wasn't in the original like was it 1988 the original Batman, well not the original Batman movie but the Michael Keaton Batman movie,
'89. Yes.
didn't he play a hand in creating the Joker? Didn't he knock him into the acid or what?
Well, the joke in that continuity in the Tim Burton movies, the Joker killed his parents, and he
Okay,
was like
yeah,
a mid-level crime boss, and then he
then it
knocked
was
him into
just
the vat of acid.
yeah, then that accelerated everything. Okay.
Uh,
Well, the time different continuities have different stories. I do like the idea that I mean I don't read the Batman comics, but I do like the idea that Joker's origin story keeps changing and it's never consistent.
yeah,
That's interesting
part of the
idea.
mystery. But then they keep talking about like they're gonna like give it an actual origin story, and like I guess in one of the comic books or
Like
something.
the one definitive origin. I don't think you
Yeah.
need that because I like that element of the Dark Knight where he just kept telling a different story of like you want to know why I got these scars. And just tell a different story. It's like well, you never know because he's a liar, so you never find out how he got this way. But DC tends to want to poop all over the good things that they do.
Speaking of pooping over good things, I saw that you caught up on Rick and Morty. Uh,
Yeah, like it was it was really last week. So like this week before this week that passed, like I had only gotten up to like Rick and Morty season 1 episode like 3. And then I just like pulled it up and I just watched the next one and then I just kept going and kept going. And then the next day I did a few more. And then by the end of the week I was caught up. I was like, "Oh, this season's still going." So then I watched the most recent one. So it was a quick watch. It went by very fast.
I mean, there's only like what uh, at this point with like maybe 30 something episodes or
Something like that cuz yeah, they're only well actually I guess it's just like 20 something cuz they're
yeah
in their third season. I think each season had like just 10 episodes.
yeah.
And they're only like 22 minutes. So it was easy to just let it one play right into the next one. But
Have you
I really enjoy it.
have you noticed that there's kind of like a subsection of Rick and Morty fans that are like racist, uh, sexist, like douchebags?
No, I haven't dived into that because like being so new into it, I haven't like I've watched some like theory videos, but I haven't really dived into what the fan base is talking about. So like what's their deal?
Apparently, there's like some issue where it's like the fans or some of the fans of the show have been like harassing the female writers of Rick
Really?
and Morty and like threatening them and stuff. And like Dan Harmon, the co-creator of the show, like
Yeah.
says that he really loathes that sort of section of the fandom and stuff.
I would
He
imagine
said
so. I mean, I feel like he's probably a pretty progressive person, so I would think that's not something he's cool with.
it's like they're angry that the people who write their favorite show are women.
That's weird because I don't even feel like that stands out that much.
No,
Like I didn't like if you would have told me that there were no female writers on Rick and Morty, I wouldn't be surprised. So like for that to be a thing that stands out to people is weird.
I just want to know, like, do people like they look at the behavior of Rick, and do they try to like do they take it seriously and stuff? Like this is a way to like live life,
I don't know. I mean, if that
even
was
though
the
they
case,
clearly show that it's not a good way to live life.
yeah, I mean, I would like people to take Rick's example more often, and maybe some of these douchebags can turn themselves into
It's
pickles.
Schwifties. Yeah,
Turn themselves into pickles and just roll down the sewer.
pull down your panties, shit on the floor.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Take a shit on the floor. That was one of the episodes that like cuz I had seen a few. I had seen like the first two or whatever before I had heard about Get Swifty. And that was the one I I don't do this with any other shows, but I figured it was a cartoon so I could do it. I was like, I'm going to just watch this episode cuz I heard
You
so
can just
much about it.
jump in. You don't have to like really know like any
But
backstory or anything.
but that is the one thing I do enjoy about it. Knowing, like watching them in chronological order, it does still make sense. There's like consequences to the
Yeah.
things they do. Like, cause there's one episode where spoilers for Rick and Morty, but uh, Morty wants to make a love potion for this girl. I think her name's Jessica, or girl at his high school. He
I saw
wants,
that episode.
yeah, he wants her to like him, so he makes a love potion, but in a roundabout way ends up screwing up the whole world, turning them into a bunch of Cronenbergs.
The Cronenberg.
Yeah, there's just these mutants all over the world, and Rick's solution is just to jump to another universe and be like, you know what, we're gonna leave that one behind and go to a universe where I solved this problem, but I also died very soon after, and we're just gonna take these people's place. So that's like that idea continues going forward. Like they are not from the earth that they are living on, and that comes into play later down the line. So I enjoyed
How much
that continuity.
how much Adult Swim do you watch? Or are you familiar with Decker, the guy from Tim and Eric? He has like a little 15-minute comedy shit show on Adult
Uh,
Swim that I
no, I don't
watch
think
every
I've
once in
seen
a
it.
while.
Decker,
Uh,
is that the
yeah,
name of his show?
it's like a parody of like I was sort of like an '80s kind of like action show where he's like some sort of like CIA secret agent, and he's like a complete moron, and like hilarity ensues.
That sounds interesting. I know there's been
It's
a
very
few of
much in the
those.
Tim and Eric style.
I know there was a few of those that I wanted to watch, or those like live action Adult Swim shows. Like I really like Children's Hospital. I tried to get into that. What is it? That NCISUVSTP. I don't.
Yeah, I
It's
got scared
whatever
a
the
little bit.
long. Like I couldn't get
It
into
was
that.
okay.
I did like what is the guy with the werewolf hunter? Neon Joe. That one was funny.
What
Um,
was the one with what's his face? Chris Elliott. God, what the hell is the name of the
Eagle Heart.
show? Eagle Heart.
That always looked interesting to me, but I never watched it. It made me think, was it supposed to be like a Walker Texas Ranger
Yeah.
type show? Okay. That just gives me like memories of hanging out with old people. Because whenever you hang out with an old person, they're either
CBS
just, yeah, you either see this like Walker Texas Ranger playing in the background,
or
or
NCIS.
even older shows than that. Like sometimes they'll like whatever. I don't know if the Hallmark Channel still exists, but I remember
Yes, it does.
sometimes being
Oh, I
around
know. My
like
mom watches it.
stuff like Little House on the Prairie or one of those like old white people shows.
This thing called Woman, which is like these TV
Mystery Woman.
movies starring Kelly Martin, where she like
Okay.
solves mysteries, and like what's her face, Lori Loudon from Full House. She's in a
Okay.
bunch of like mystery TV movies.
Okay.
John Larroquette is like starring in a series of like TV movies where he's like some lawyer solving mysteries.
I mean, at least he's having a comeback. It's gonna be me, myself, and I. But yeah, so I don't. Yeah, that's what Eagle Heart just kind of turned me off because of the Walker's Texas Ranger ness of it, and always like uh, I have to check out the Becker show because like Tim and Eric's style comedy was kind of I don't know if it ever really clicked with
It's
me.
yeah, it's
It's an
kind of
acquired
an
taste.
acquired taste.
Even though like a lot of people will say that one of my favorite movies, The Greasy Strangler, is like has a lot of those vibes to it.
Those elements,
I don't
those
I don't know if that I don't know if it
subversive.
clicked with me as much. Yeah.
Speaking of old television, uh, Family Matters, the Family Matters house, the exteriors were filmed here in Chicago, an actual house.
Okay.
Apparently, the
Yeah.
house is going to be demolished.
So it's just like a rundown, decrepit house now,
No,
or
it
what
looks
was the reason?
beautiful.
So what's happening with it? Or is somebody gonna build on that property?
Well, let's check it out. The address is 1516 West Wrightwood Avenue.
Okay.
A demolition permit has been issued for the address to wreck and remove a two-story frame multi-unit residence and a detached frame garage, according to Cityscape Chicago. According to DNA Info, who first reported the story, the owners decided ahead of buying the property that that renovation would not be feasible and decided to go for the full raise. They will,
Hmm.
however, display photos of the old house and the Family Matters cast in the new replacement, which is either heartwarming or creepy or both. We're still wrestling.
Like here's a photo of our old house. Like okay. So somebody so somebody still lives there and they're just replacing it, or somebody
That's
still
what I
owns it, I
gathered.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, this seems like you must be pretty loaded to just be like, hey, we're gonna swap this house. But I guess whatever. Is it going to be an identical house? Is what I want to know.
Probably not.
I mean, it's kind of an old style, and they did not use that house to its full. I mean, of course they weren't filming in the actual house, but like there's the upstairs is as large as the downstairs area, and we barely ever saw what was going on upstairs.
No, I mean, like the little sister, like she went upstairs and never
Yeah,
came down.
she went upstairs and fell into a black hole.
Or she
Uh,
did adult porn.
yeah, that's the name of it, the black hole. If you want to look up Jamie Foxworth, but yeah, so that's sad. I've never like I remember that it was in Chicago, but I never was interested enough to be like, hey, where is that house? I'm gonna go check it out. But is there still time to see it before they demolish it? When is this demolition set to take place?
I don't know. I would go there. I would go there now.
Because I'm assuming there's gonna be
Sorry.
like a lot of pilgrimages, like people taking selfies in front of the house, like Urkel was here,
Bunch of
but not
90s
really.
nostalgia.
Only '90s kids remember the Family Matters house. Uh, but yeah, so
Hey, Zach, do you want to know who the top actors social media ranking? The actors who are at the top of social media based on data from Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Google Plus.
not really, but let me know anyway.
I mean,
I have a
I
feeling
follow
Kevin
them.
Hart is up there somewhere. He's like all over the
Uh,
internets when
I'm not sure.
but yeah.
Like I do follow some people who are famous, but mostly like ones that are like comedians and people who
Yeah.
actually like post content. I'm not. I don't follow like these celebs that have like millions and millions of followers, like Vanessa Hudgens and fucking The Rock and Sofia Vergara and like the
I follow The Rock.
Kardashians and shit.
I follow The Rock, but I feel like I'm not getting um my the full bang out of the follow that
No,
I could get. Like
because like
if I was going to the gym every day, then I feel like The Rock would be very useful in his
I just
Instagram posts. Like
I just like the ones that like curse and like just don't give a shit about like trying to like uphold some public image. And I
yeah.
feel like he does that.
Well, yeah. I mean, but I think that's like who The Rock is. Like I get up eat 75 pancakes, and then I go to the gym, and then I'm clanging and banging, clanging and
But I
banging.
but I even like the ones that like give like their opinions on like politics and like fuck
Yeah,
Trump and
people
like
who are not like not
unfiltered. That's
yeah.
that's the that's where- that's the entertainment value of following like some of these celebrities.
Yeah, you're gonna get that more from comedians or people who are more whose brand is their personality, and not people who act as different characters every time you see them. Like, because if you're
Accidental
supposed,
dick pics and stuff.
yeah, because
Sex.
if you're supposed to escape into a role, knowing about somebody's rabid political affiliations is going to be slightly distracting. Like, I can't get lost in a Mel Gibson movie anymore, I don't think. So,
Uh,
like, it's kind of distracting for actors to reveal who they really are on social media.
and some of these like bigger celebs, like the Tom Cruises and like Anne Hathaways and whoever, like you can tell that like they don't post their own shit, and a lot of
Yeah.
their stuff is just marketing and like
Yeah, it's like, hey, see this movie. Hey, here's like all of their, if you look at their photos, like all of their photos are with co-stars. Like, this isn't real. This is just marketing. Like, where's your pictures of your breakfast that morning? That's the
yeah.
real stuff.
Yeah, some of them don't even post for like weeks or even months or
Yeah, they're not working on a
years.
project, and their social media doesn't exist. Um,
But anyway, this article, Dwayne Johnson returns to number one on the Hollywood Reporter's top actors chart, reigning for an 11th week, while Nina Dobrev,
I think
hope
it's
that pronounced that,
Dobrev.
Dobrev. It's like I see that name a lot in her, but I've never actually said her name out loud. Blast back into the top 10 at number two on the ranking dated September the 27th. The top actors chart is a ranking of the most popular actors on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Google Plus, with global data provided by social media companies. Blah blah blah. Also moving into the top 10, uh, or Sofia Vergara at number seven, reaching the top 10 for the first time. Vin Diesel at number eight. Here's a strange one: Rowan Atkinson
Mr.
at number
Bean?
nine.
Wait, what?
I gotta get on that. I gotta see
He
like what
doesn't
Mr.
even
Bean
talk.
is.
How does he? I mean, I guess you can
Mr.
type.
Bean doesn't talk.
Like, he is Mr. Bean. Like, that's how I know him.
Johnny
Like,
English talks.
yeah, I guess. But Johnny English, that's something else. That's Mr. Bean taking an acting role, but he's really Mr. Bean. Um, I don't
Bumped
even
out of
know
the
some of
top.
these people. Like, who is Shay
Bumped out of the
Mitchell?
top 10. Is who's who? Oh,
Shay Mitchell.
she's on that show Pretty Little, or was on that show Pretty Little Liars.
It's weird that like TV people can actually get this much. Like, cause Nina Dobrev, isn't she like a CW person or something?
She was on Vampire Diaries, and she's been in like movies. She was in that stupid movie with The Rock, that Triple X sequel from earlier in
Oh,
the year.
no, good for
Uh,
her.
I'm
I guess
gonna
people who
butcher.
work with The Rock, maybe that's a key there, because Rock is number one, she's number two. Kevin Hart, who's about to work with The Rock for his second time, is number three.
Kevin Rock's got some issues, right? With
Yeah,
infidelity, apparently.
really. I mean, I know about Kevin Hart. Is it rubbing off?
I don't know.
It's, it's shame. Keep The Rock in your pants.
Priyanka Chopra.
Oh, she's from
I
the
know who she is.
that's
She's on that. She's on that
CIA show
show,
or whatever. Quantico.
Quantica.
Yeah.
She's in the top 10. Tom Holland, Vanessa Hudgens, and Ashley Benson.
All right.
So I guess they like rank these people like each week.
Yeah, because this is like last week she was number 11. Like, that's a huge jump for
Yeah.
Nina Dobrev. She went from 11 to 2. Kevin Hart went from 10 to 3.
Yeah,
Dude,
gee, like wonder why he shot up.
I mean, I guess any news is good news, or any publicity is bad publicity. Isn't that what they say? Or good publicity. Um, but yeah, so uh, good, good for those guys. One thing I do appreciate about this article from the Hollywood Reporter, I cannot underestimate the importance of having one of these lists all on one page because there's so many websites. They're like, hey,
Click
click
on the
the
next
next
link.
page to see number 9. It's like, son
Then
of a
there's this
bitch.
fucking ad that you have to
Yeah, like
watch for 5 seconds.
one of these slides is an ad. Could you guess which one? It was
Damn it.
seamless, wasn't it? Yeah, but all right. So maybe I need uh to meet up with The Rock and then hang out with he and whatever his mistress, and then my social media stats will go through the roof.
I saw a headline that said Netflix children's show production company calls penis drawing a very bad joke, and I had to
Yeah, that was
include
all
it
you
on
needed.
the podcast. Yeah, following a social media uproar that prompted Netflix to remove an episode of the children's show Maya the Bee that included a drawing of what appeared to be a penis in the background, the French production company behind the cartoon has apologized.
See, they're
And
not. So they're not down with the subliminal messaging like Disney movies are,
The
because
Lion King and Little Mermaid. And,
yeah, there's so many of those incidents. Like, oh, look in the background. This is clearly like this character has a boner and all this different stuff.
and like in the screen capture, like you can clearly see it's a penis.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what else that could have been. Just like a cave painting or something. What is this show actually about? Because it just looks like a penis hieroglyphics on this wall.
You don't
Uh,
remember Maya the Bee? There was like an original version from like the '80s
Maya
that
the
I
Bee.
vaguely remember.
No,
Cartoon,
it
early
was the
'90s.
ones that slipped by me.
Yeah. An absolutely inappropriate image has been discovered in a 4-second flyby scene. In one episode of the total of 78 episodes of the series, Studio 100 said in a statement obtained by Variety. The origin of this image obviously results from a very bad joke from one of the 150 artists working on the production. The vulgar image was discovered by U.S. viewers who shared screenshots of the questionable scenes on social media. Uh, let's see, it's from season 1, episode 35 of the series.
You had to get
Uh,
35 episodes in to see that. I guess after watching 35 episodes, you're extra sensitive to be outraged at anything that happens on this kids show. Like, I'm tired of this, and there's a dick on the screen. Um, uh,
the
it's it's
the
weird. They say the scene only lasts 4 seconds, so it's like, I mean, you're not
That's
gonna.
pretty long.
It's not gonna taint any child's uh their mind. They're not even gonna know what that is. It's there and gone in 4 seconds. But
Just adults
you
with
know,
too much time on their hands.
yeah,
And
like kids are just gonna be like, "Hey, there's a rock with a painting on it. It's a tall
they're not
door."
even gonna look at the rock.
Yeah, they're like, "Where's the bee?" Or whatever the hell's going on in this cartoon. Yeah, it's like I would probably miss this, and I guess something I should pay attention to. But yeah, so I mean, animators are weird people. They sit in front of a computer for hours on hours, and they just want to do something to entertain themselves. So I guess that was the point of that.
Speaking speaking of penises and entertaining yourself, mutant piglet with one eye and penis on his forehead, born in China, but dies just hours later.
Uh, yeah, he was too good for this world. Well, like what was the deal? They said they say penis in quotes, like so this was just
In
something that
all
looks like a
caps.
penis.
Yeah, we don't know if it was actually working.
I mean, we'll never know. Um, penis
This
on the
story
forehead.
this
It's
story
weird.
comes from the Mirror.
All right.
In the UK, a bizarre video has emerged of a mutant pig born with one eye and a penis-like growth on its forehead. So I guess
It's
it's not an
probably
actual
cancer.
working penis.
Probably, uh, uh, despite what Arnold Schwarzenegger would tell you, it was a
It's not
tumor.
a tumor.
Yeah.
In the footage captured in China, a woman proudly holds the deformed piglet up to the camera. Seen yawning and gasping for air, the little piggy sadly died a couple of hours after birth. In February, pictures of a piglet born with a human face and a penis on his forehead went viral, attracting hundreds of cash bids. Friends and neighbors of Tayo Lu rushed to his property in Yan'an township in the city of Nanning, China, after news spread.
All right.
When a local newspaper published pictures of the strange-looking animal, several people contacted Tile, offering to buy it, but the animal died after being rejected by its mother and refusing a bottle. It was uh, it was
Why?
one of 19 pigs
Why
from a
does
litter
why do people want to buy this dead dickhead
because people are
pig?
horrible.
And I also going back a little bit, that gives a weird new dimension to Kindergarten Cop. Like it's not a tumor. Maybe he was talking about his penis. Um, anyway,
This it deformed growth in between my legs. The
yeah.
farmer, the farmer said he intended to put the pig on display to attract visitors. One person who saw the animal firsthand, Wu Kong, 32, said, "I was one of the dozen people who went there to see the piglet, and really did. It's like John Smith over there, and it really did have a human face and exactly like he said, a penis growing out of his forehead. Just days after being born, just days after another piglet was born with a penis on its forehead. It was born at an unidentified pig farm, but is thought to have died at birth. The exact location of the latest human pig's birth remains unclear.
All
I
right.
question the credibility of some of the facts in this
Yeah,
article.
okay, so this is like an epidemic now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
Multiple dickhead pigs.
also is the Mirror. They're not like the most reliable source in the world, right? Or is that the Sun I'm
No.
thinking about? I know there's
Hey,
one of those.
there was a video there.
Yeah, there's videos of Bigfoot as well.
It looked legit.
Plus, if like
Well,
if this,
there isn't any actual video of Bigfoot.
well, is this an actual video of a penis-headed pig? I don't
Yeah, it
want to
looks
watch
like.
to find out. Like, plus I wouldn't be handling the pig in the way that this person in this screenshot is doing. Nah.
Died after a couple of hours.
Yeah. Uh, so poor, poor, poor piggy. I don't know. I wonder if he got a name.
He was too good for this world.
Yeah.
His name was Dickhead.
Or uh, if he was born in the UK, they might call him Bellend because that's what they call it, dickhead over there. Bell end because the end of it looks like a bell.
Yes, I know.
Anyway, uh, so in non-penis pig related news,
Shit news.
no.
Let's talk about shit. Yes,
All right,
we have to talk about the Mad Pooper.
all right. This is the recurring segment on the Frustrating Grad podcast. Tony likes poop,
Well, I wouldn't say
poop,
recurring.
poop, be doo.
It all kind of depends on if there's any poop in the news.
I
But this
mean,
is pretty.
there's
This
shit in the news every day. Have you seen
well,
what's going
literal
on
shit.
in Washington D.C.? All right.
There's this female jogger in Colorado, and apparently, like when she's jogging, she keeps shitting on these people's property on their lawn.
uh, so she's been identified.
Uh, I, they have video of her, but they still don't have a name. They don't have a name to match the shit.
I mean,
This is
they've
in
got a DNA evidence, so they just need to get fecal samples from everyone in the area.
exactly. I was gonna say, Colorado Springs, Colorado is where this is from. Police in Colorado are looking for a jogger they say is repeatedly interrupting her runs to defecate in public in one neighborhood. Kathy Booty or a buddy told CBS affiliate
A
KTV
booty would be more
her
appropriate.
exactly her children
Uh,
first alerted her to the woman she's dubbed the Mad Pooper who caught the jogger in the act weeks ago. She said the woman apologized after she questioned her. They are like they're the lady taking a poop. So I come outside and I'm like, are you serious? She recalled, are you really taking a poop right here in front of my kids? She's like, yeah, sorry. But she says the jogger has left something behind on her runs at least once a week for the past
she's
7
got the
weeks.
runs clearly.
Yeah,
Um,
two two
sorry.
other times we've caught her yesterday. She changed up her time a little bit because she knew I was watching. Like, wow, man.
Yeah, sorry. Let me just pinch
But
this one off. I'll be on my way. Like, does she clean it up? Is she like
No.
proper dog on her. Like she just carries a bag with her. Uh,
Well, the Charmin has caught wind of the story, and they're offering her a year's supply
caught
of
wind.
toilet paper.
Uh,
They're offering her a year's supply of toilet paper if she turns herself in.
I feel like Charmin isn't really who should go with. Like, let's say somebody like Scott with like a little bit stronger paper, because if you're like, she's gonna have to carry that with her out in the world. It's pretty light and fluffy. It'll probably blow away as she's pulling off a
Oh,
piece to wipe.
you're a toilet paper connoisseur. I see.
Well, I'm very picky, so like I don't like those extra fluffy ones because it's like
You're
these
very picky
crumbs.
of how you pick shit.
Yeah. Uh, I'm I'm nit shitty or shit picky. I don't know. Um, yeah, but that's if you know you're prone to poop outdoors, you should probably start carrying baggies. Like she's taking herself for a walk,
Or
essentially.
change your diet.
Yeah, like not to get too explicit. Like I wonder
Oh,
what the
please, please.
consistency of these poops like. Can she just pick them up and be on her way? Because um, that's I think people have a problem with that going forward. She might be
Jogging,
attacked.
like jogging and like running in marathons, like it never looked all that like a like healthy or even comfortable like to me. Like you, aside from like all the shitting and stuff,
Yeah,
like people get like they have like heart issues and like all kinds of
yeah,
like muscle stuff that happens with cramps and like it doesn't. I don't see what the health benefits of doing it other than like the adrenaline
I mean, I think
rush
it's
or
more of a like it's just to say you did it.
endurance. Yeah, yeah.
It's like somebody swimming the English Channel. It's not for their health. It's like people try to break records and stuff. It's just to be like, I did this. I mean, if you
I've
want a
just
good,
I've destroyed my body.
yeah, if you want a good running and pooping story, then there's a good one from CM Punk. He told at some comic book convention. It's on YouTube,
Yeah, I remember.
but
Yeah, he was in the Chicago Marathon. He like took a shit in like a what was like in a bag or in a
it was something like that. It was an unexpected
he had to stop.
diarrhea moment, I think, and it was like after having come back from like uh, I think he came from another country because this is back when he was currently wrestling. Did not sleep all night, and I think his sister or somebody was running the marathon. He's like, "Oh, I'll just run it with you," having no preparation. He just decided to do it. So there you go.
Yeah, poop.
Or it's what's for dinner. I mean, no, that's a Chuck Berry's
It
restaurant
was your
too.
dinner.
It's a callback. St. Louis, Chuck Berry, R.I.P. Anyway, from from long brown objects to long brown animals, let's talk about the running of the Wieners. Are you a
Dick
dachshund
race.
fan?
I like
Yes,
them.
it's the wiener dogs.
They're yeah, I like their little legs and their little body. I would like to have one.
Yeah, there was a. I'm trying to think. What was the movie? Was it Secret Life of Pets? I think Hannibal Buress voiced the wiener dog, and he was like the star of the movie to me. So like, I think wieners are cute in theory, but I feel like
You're
they
a kitten.
must have some kind of health issues that come with that odd body shape because
Yeah.
it just seems like not natural.
I think there's like a good number of dogs just from like all of the like the breeding and stuff that like especially like bulldogs or any of the dogs that have like those smushed faces like they have breathing issues and stuff.
Yeah, I would assume so. Like in a world where natural selection was the rule and all these animals had to fend for themselves, these breeds wouldn't exist because a lot of
No,
them are man-made.
that's the problem.
Yeah, so that's like that comes with the issues. Like, okay, we bred them this way because it was cute to us. It's not
Or we
functional.
needed like a perfect hunting dog or like a water dog that was strong enough to
I feel like
you know
those
get
dogs like
chickens.
I feel like those dogs are more like they're stronger based on their breeding, but some like breeds are just made for cuteness. Like what are the labradoodles and things like that, where it's just like we're just gonna smash these two things together just because. I feel like dogs that were made to like be able to kill a bull, like is what the origin of a bulldog is supposed to be like. I feel like if you breed them for strength, then that's probably a little bit healthier than these just cute breeds like munchkin cats and things like that. It's like that's breeding them down from what would help you survive in the wild, but
But
these
anyway,
animals aren't meant for the wild, clearly. So there's the running of the Wieners that's coming up. It is all these animals. I'm assuming around the world, they dress them up in various outfits and race them. So that seems like a very productive way to spend your time.
and this is in Australia.
Yeah, it looks like it's in Australia. I think it may have already taken place. I wonder who the winner is because it's a 15-meter race. It raises money for Dachshund Rescue Australia, and there's also a costume contest. So I
At
guess
least a good cause.
the wiener that's dressed the best will win a prize. So it looks like there are sponsored wieners. There's there's a
You just
wien.
picked this story because you want to say wiener all over
No,
again. You were
I
talking
mean
about me with the
it's
dick
easier
before.
to say than dachshund. Dachshund. Um, yeah, there's sponsored wieners. There's a wiener who's dressed like a airplane. I mean, you had a wiener story. It just involved pigs and not dogs. Um, but yeah, it's cute little race. I guess the winner of the wiener race was a dog named Floyd, and I guess he was the fastest. I don't know who won the costume contest though. I think that was a different person. I don't know. I don't even think Floyd had a costume, which is like that should be a disqualifying offense. But you know,
Yay, let's torture these animals for our entertainment.
yeah, especially
Good
like
time.
wiener dogs. I don't think they're like really excited about running with those short little
No,
legs.
but so
Like
close to the ground.
yeah, like something like a greyhound. They're made for running with those long legs, and they chase those rabbits. And then they retire, and are then the family adopts them and names them Santa's little helper. Simpsons.
That's in the
Anyway,
cartoon.
but yeah, I
The
think
Santa's
there's
little helper should be dead like 3 times over.
yeah, because on I like most people around my age, I've fallen off from The Simpsons, so I don't know. They might be on uh, Santa's Little Helper number 3 because I know they got to Snowball 2. And they're probably a Snowball 3 at this point, but who knows? Interesting that they're both winter themed names for the Simpsons pets
Snowball.
and Santa's
I
Little
don't know
Helper.
if that's a coincidence or not, but it's like they get away with it because they keep resetting the time.
Yeah, because
The
like Bart's
series.
gonna be 8 years old for what, like 30 years now. um, yeah,
He's not gonna like. He's not like a Michael Jackson fan, like he was, or even like a fan of
what is he
Spinal
like
Tap,
Usher
like he
now or
was.
something?
No, like he's
Yeah,
gonna be like a fan of like fucking
Fetty
like I don't know.
Wap or
Yeah,
uh,
probably.
he's a huge mumble rap enthusiast now.
He would have to be. He would have to be like into like rap and fucking.
Yeah, I don't think they've
Uh,
ever like. I mean, I guess the Bartman was kind of a rap song, wasn't it?
hmm
Uh, and I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Uh, but yeah, it's Simpsons is a weird situation. I would like for them to like the show's gonna end at some point eventually. They might as well grow them up at least before the end, but
They'll
who
never
knows?
stop the Simpsons.
I mean, they even aged up the Rugrats, and that was if any show was like you never want to do this, then you would think Rugrats would be the one, but they even did it, so Simpsons might as well do it.
All right.
Yeah, that's cartoon
Any
ageism talk.
Any stupid Big Brother news?
Yeah, it's not stupid. It's just
It
it's
is
awesome.
stupid. It's always
Uh,
stupid.
the finale of Big Brother was this past Wednesday, and
You
uh,
did not enjoy it, I saw.
no, I was enjoying it actually. Um, I was worried because the final three contestants were um, uh, Paul, Christmas, and Josh.
I have no
Uh,
idea who these people are.
it doesn't really matter, but all you need
They're
to
all
know,
horrible.
is
I
that
will guess.
Paul is horrible. Paul is he's
They all are horrible to be on this show. To agree to
well,
be on this fucking show.
then Paul is doubly horrible because he was in the final two contestants from last season's Big Brother, and he lost, and then they brought him back this season, and he, being a veteran, this is what they call people who've competed before, he used that veteran status to manipulate all of these new players in the house to get him all the way to the end, and for the second time in 2 years, he lost in second
Wow.
place.
He's not even
So,
good at being a shitball.
uh, yeah, he was. He really screwed up his game because he manipulated all these people. He basically told everybody he was aligned with them, and turned each person against each other, and wouldn't own up to the fact that he did that, even after like the jury questioned him on it. It was like, were you true to our alliance, or were you really working with these other people? Even though they knew it, he just kept lying about it. And then Josh, who was in the other person in the final two, just like ratted him out on, like, every time people left, he would tell them like, okay, this is what's really going on. So they appreciated the fact that he did that, and Paul kept lying to him. So Paul loses for the second time in a row, and I was excited. Ex- I'm done. Like, that's
You've
what.
got to, you've got to do a podcast. You're on Big Brother. You're knowledgeable on it.
Yeah, I'm a historian. I
Seriously.
started watching, I don't know, was it like Big Brother 10 or something, and then I went back and watched all of the previous ones, and I've watched all of them since, and all the international versions. So
So, like, when is the next cycle? Is it going to be like a celebrity one?
yeah, they're
And when
doing
is
the
that?
Celebrity Big Brother. They just say in the winter, so I'm assuming it's probably going
Okay.
to be in January.
So there's
Uh,
never that big of a hiatus, right? Like
they're
maybe like a couple of months.
well, for the U.S. Big Brother, there usually is, like, they usually only do it in the summertime.
Okay.
They've tried ones in the winter before, like Big Brother 9 was a winter season, and everybody hated it. It was, I don't think it was because it was a winter, but it's just like people really didn't like that cast, and they had like an orgy in the hot tub. It was very weird. But
That wasn't like the racist girls that got
no, that
fired.
was, I think that one was Big Brother 15. So we're at 19 now.
Well, excuse
Yeah,
me. Oh,
Erin
didn't know how
Grease
many.
is the racist in question. If you want to troll her, her name is Erin Grease.
How
But
far did she go?
I think she got pretty far because it was, she didn't get her like comeuppance until like the towards the end of the series. Like, she was in the jury, I think. So that was like the second half of people who get evicted go to the jury. So I think
Oh, so
she
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 got
made a decent
rewarded
way.
for her racist
Yeah,
behavior.
I mean, she didn't get anywhere close enough to win, but she did get whatever the stipend is they get for each week. But like, the interesting thing about that was that uh, the Big Brother U.S. fans specifically are not allowed, like the people in the audience are not allowed to boo when you come out. They're just supposed to clap, regardless of who it is and how much they hated them. But this was the first time they were like boo, and then
Yeah,
like, and
that's
she
kind
was,
of shitty. You have to clap.
it
I
was just,
don't-
I mean, I guess just, it's a neutered American style mentality, I guess, because like they'll boo in the UK version, they'll boo people just for their, from their intro packages, like person talking about like, hey, I'm a rich kid from Brixton, and I'm coming to the Big Brother house, and then they'll boo them like, "Hey, you're a posh twat," and they boo before they even know who they really are.
It sounds like that's a little bit more enjoyable than the
The
American
British one for the fan interaction is more enjoyable, but the fact that there's no real game there is irritating because like it's just a popularity contest. They don't really compete.
Okay, okay.
They just like each week you just vote out the person you like the least. So like if you're not able to vote, like people in America who are watching it illegally, then there's not a lot of entertainment there
Is it
aside from
still
just
going
watching them
on?
fight.
Is it still going on right now, or are they're on break until the
The
next one?
UK one is on break now. At this current time, there's no Big Brother going on. Well, I think Big Brother Spain is going on right now, but I've heard it doesn't have subtitles, so I'm not gonna watch. There's a
How
Big
will you
Brother
sur-
there's a Big Brother Africa, which I don't know if it's still in production, but I was trying to watch that one, but it's hard to get your hands on that one.
How are you survive until January? What reality competition show? Do you watch Amazing Race?
I do enjoy Amazing Race. I'm in the middle of an old season right now, so I guess that's gonna have to fill my time. Survivor is starting up, so I guess I'll try to watch that. I don't really like Survivor as much. I just feel like you don't get to know the people as much because like I watched the entire last season and I still don't know anybody's names. Like even the person that won, I'm like, it was the cop. It was a woman who was a police officer. I still could, for the life of me, can't remember her name. So like Survivor, I just don't get attached to it like that.
Are you gonna watch Dancing with the Stars since Nikki Bella is competing?
I'm gonna watch the clips of her dancing, and then when she gets voted off, then I'm not gonna watch anything else from Dancing with the Stars. So YouTube is gonna be my source for that. Uh, yeah,
You gotta get it going because I can you see your like the light. I can just see the light in your eyes once we started talking about this. Zach's reality roundup
yeah.
podcast.
It's gonna be a one-sided reality round. You need to commit to watching a reality show with me so we can actually
You need to
talk
commit to
about it.
watching Cubs baseball in the NFL.
Now
Bears football.
that's just a ridiculous request. Like, be realistic.
That's how I feel about me watching reality
I mean,
TV.
at least okay, Big Brother would have been comparable. Like if I said you should watch Big Brother every week and talk with me
But
about it,
it's not
that's
on
three
right
hour.
now.
Yeah, but I'm saying that would have been ridiculous because that's 3 hours of television, and like that's the same commitment of watching like a baseball game. But
But
like
you don't have
Survivor
to
is 1 hour.
like sit and watch it. You can just like read the recaps and you know
I've
that's what's so great about having the sort of recaps of everything, the stats of what
I mean,
happened.
I need like a Cliff's Notes version of
Oh,
a
you
baseball
need to
game.
know the rules of the debate.
I mean, I know the rules. Like, you hit the ball. If you don't get a home run, you take a base. And then, as everybody hits after you, you try to get to the next base, and then you get home, and then you get a home run that way.
But
And
what about like if a base if there's a balk call, like what happens then, or what happens in like if a runner doesn't score before the inning is over, if when another runner gets tagged out, like does the runner score or is it not
I,
allowed? Or
I don't know about all those specifics. I don't even know. I have never even learned. I think I learned it at one point, then I forgot it. I still don't even know about all the downs in football. Like, what
yeah,
does
yeah,
that mean?
exactly.
But it's just like this. It doesn't interest me. It's like I do. I feel like because everybody's dressed the same, I can't get invested in characters. So I just don't. I don't. I can't attach myself to it. Like wrestling, like it's a 1-on-1 or like 2-on-2 or maybe 6-on-6 situation. But you can understand who's who. You know who you're rooting for. Unless you have like just a specific team affiliation, then you get into it. But like I haven't watched, so I don't care about like oh go Cubs, go Sox, like whatever. Like
Sorry for
I'm
our
watching a
listeners that like that.
hey sorry, I'm watching a team of people I don't care about go against another team of people I don't care about. So like, what's the point of this? Like I like individual sports. Like I've been, I mean, I haven't been consistent, but like when I watch boxing, it's entertaining because like, okay, I'm rooting for the black guy, and I can,
No,
and I,
right there.
Yeah, like when I watch MMA, I'm rooting for the black guy, or like whichever one is darker. Anyway,
what if oh what like a
it's not
Latino
true.
boxer? You're just rooting for a random black guy because you're racist.
Or if it's a Latino guy versus an Irish guy, I'm rooting for the Latino guy because like he's the dark
Latino guy
guy.
versus black guy.
Oh, it's complicated. If it's a light skinned black guy versus a dark skinned Latino, I'm rooting for the Latino. It's
God
not
damn.
it's not true at all. I'm just when I
These are
watch
your thoughts, not mine or
this is
anybody
not
else.
it's not true at all. I'll usually watch like I like the UFC does a good thing of like usually they'll have like packages of like talking about who the person is before the fight. And usually from those I'll decide on who I like more. It's not about race.
So,
It's just a
so like
joke.
you actually rooted for wife beating illiterate piece of garbage Mayweather versus
See, until
casual
you said
racist
that, I didn't know which one you were talking about. I was like,
casual
Conor McGregor.
racist Conor McGregor.
I've heard he's had his domestic issues as well. I
Yeah.
mean, in that situation, I was not only was I rooting for the black guy, I was rooting for the guy uh, who was not an unproven piece of trash coming into someone else's sport, saying like, "Oh, I can knock out people in MMA, even though I'm not even the best puncher in MMA, but I can fight the best boxer in the world." So, like for that reason, I was rooting against
Floyd
Conor McGregor.
Mayweather loves the thoughts of Donald Trump. Agrees with grabbing pussy and
Yeah,
apparently.
he said that is locker room talk. Even though, like, what? I mean, how many people are in a given boxing locker room? I feel like that's kind of a one-on-one thing. But anyway,
Yeah,
uh,
it's just like the boxing as trainers, but yeah.
yeah. But I guess from whatever locker rooms Floyd has been in the past, that's what he talked about. As the white dude is massaging his scalp, like, yeah, the way you grab my head like that, you probably be pretty good at grabbing pussy. I guess. So I guess that's why he relates to Donald Trump. But anyway, I don't root for Floyd Mayweather as a human being. I was rooting for him in that specific boxing match. Uh,
Yeah.
but that's the thing. If you get tied up into the personal lives of celebrities, and I say this all the time to my wife, she gets disappointed with people like, Kevin Hart cheated. Son of a bitch. I don't know if I can enjoy him anymore. I was just like, if you follow that stuff,
That's between him and his wife.
yeah. But I'm like, if you plus he cheated on his previous wife with his current one. So anyway, but if you follow that stuff and you boycott people for their own personal issues, like you
Yeah.
won't have any entertainment to consume because
I don't feel that should be our concern about who we
yeah,
fucking.
because like entertainers, like they're flawed people. That is why they
Yeah.
make such good art. Like
I
you don't,
do agree that if you're married, you should be faithful, but
yeah,
that's just
yeah. It's like
my opinion.
I wouldn't trust Kevin Hart with marriage advice, but I'll watch a stand-up special probably because maybe he'll have a funny bit about getting caught cheating.
Yeah,
Like,
and his wife will get paid handsomely.
yeah, it's like Richard Pryor smoked crack, so I wouldn't hang out with him and smoke with him, but
Especially when
it
he
would,
lights himself on fire.
yeah, but it was hilarious to hear him talk about it. So it's like some people's flaws become our entertainment. Isn't that the great thing about humanity? It's laughing at other people's pain.
Misfortune, exactly. That's the
Yeah,
joy in life.
that is it's the essence of comedy. It's like the most basic comedic premise ever created was person hurts himself, other person laughs. It's like the foundation of comedy.
Tragedy
So
equals comedy. That's the
yeah,
perfect note to end the episode on.
exactly. So with that, where can people tweet at you their tragic life moments for your enjoyment?
That's exactly what you should be tweeting at me with. I endorse that. You
Yeah.
can send that stuff to @AnthonyHoffman on Twitter. Find me on Facebook. Just search Anthony Hoffman, and my Instagram is @TonyHoffmanShy. Tony Hoffman, CHI on the end. Tony Hoffman Shy. Hey.
All right. And I am on the Twitter at Zach Reviews. That's ZAC Reviews. I'm on
The
YouTube.
ever changing profile.
It's.
Maybe.
I think that's what I'm gonna stick with, and I'm gonna say that until I change it again. I finally figured out how to get verified on Twitter. I don't know if I would qualify, but I found out the process. I'm
So
gonna
you
check
need
that
like
out.
at least 10,000 followers, or is that even
I don't know. I
necessary?
don't know the follower requirement. They ask you how many you have. I haven't gone through the whole process yet, but You know, usually people I see who are verified have their actual name, so I don't know, like if I want to like commit to Zach Reviews before I get verified, but
Your
like I can't
commitment.
get Zach Hughes anything. But anyway, so for now, and then for the foreseeable future, it's Zach Reviews. I am on YouTube, which you cannot change, at youtube.com/Zach Hughes. So I'm very glad that I was able to claim that because there's a lot of white Zach Hughes out there who I'm sure would want that profile. Um, I am on the Facebook at thefacebook.com/Zach Hughes. ZAC Hughes. And you can follow the podcast on Twitter at Frustrated Grad. I should probably go into the process of trying to verify Frustrated Grad before I do my own because that name's not going to change. Anyway, we are on YouTube at youtube.com/Frustrated Grads. And you can check out the audio version of the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, Player.fm, and if we're not on the podcatcher of your choice, then email me at frustratedgrad@gmail.com and I'll try to get on there. With that, I will say thanks for watching. If you're watching the video episode of the podcast, and thanks for listening. Also, if you want to donate, go to frustratedgrad.com and donate. With that, I will say that is it for the video portion. Audio listeners, stay tuned. But for the video, that's all you get for today.